You were also called, St. Paul says this morning, to the one hope that lies at the very foundation of our call to be in Christ. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. St. Paul is speaking about the mark of unity that is the most important mark of a Christian of all, that we are one with God and one with each other. The Eucharist is the sacrament of unity, one of the names the Church gives to that mystery that we receive with such humility, but will never be able to understand entirely. It is the Eucharist that makes us one body, united to our head. And that unity is reflected, St. Paul says, in a life that is worthy of that call to be one. And he lists those things that should be evident in the life of one who is united in heart and mind to God and to one another: humility, gentleness, patience, bearing with one another, forgiveness. Those are the marks of a true Christian. Jesus says it in the gospel today. Trying to settle accounts with others, to bring harmony and unity to our relationships. You know, we wouldn't have any letters of St. Paul if the Christians would have lived that call immediately. Almost from the start, there were rivalries, divisions, which is why St. Paul wrote the letters that now are part of the New Testament, reminding the earliest Christians that they were falling short of what God was calling them to do. And we know that tendency, that temptation, that sin marks every generation. We see it all around us in even greater force today. It's a sad testimony to how far we fall short of the mark. The divisions that separate us one from another, the hostility that we hear in public discourse, the anger, the bitterness, the inability really to see the good in another person. These are challenging readings today, but St. Paul is reminding us that we must strive every day to live in a manner worthy of who we are, children of God. Jesus makes us one over and over again in the gift of the Eucharist. We are one in the Church. The call, of course, is to live out that unity in a spirit of charity, the great commandment to love God and to love our neighbor. It is a call that we need to be attentive to, my brothers and sisters, every day in the best way that we can, through our prayer, through the acquiring of virtues that take work and discipline, through our fasting, our acts of charity and penance. But most especially, we make progress by being connected to our head, Jesus Christ. It is through grace that all things are made possible, that we can overcome the struggles, our inability to forgive, our quickness to judge other people, our inability to set differences aside. All of us need that grace every day to work harder. God will do his part, but we must do our own, to live in a manner worthy of the call we have received. One faith, one baptism, one Lord, one God and Father, who is over all and through all and in all.